Hello friends, today's video is based on something that we call as Mahadasha of any given planet. See, we all are running into a Mahadasha, and in the Mahadasha we have got Antardashas also running. But many people, in spite of having a Mahadasha of a planet which appears to be ruling a good house, or the planet also is a functional benefit, yet we are not getting the result that we were expecting out of that Mahadasha. So there are some rules, there are some principles, there are some points that I would like to discuss with you so that there is a clarity and that shall make you understand that how a Mahadasha which you are currently running, or the Mahadasha that you may encounter in future, what is the result that you should be expecting out of that Mahadasha. To know this, I am taking you on the board to explain to you. There are 15 points that I have mentioned on the board. I want you to understand each one of them very, very carefully. Okay, so let's start. See how to judge a Mahadasha. The first rule that is applicable over here is the bhava or the house. The bhava or the house that a planet sits from Lagna. That means, suppose this is a Mahadasha of Jupiter. We have to see that particular planet, which house is he sitting from the Lagna, shall be highlighted. Okay, so if it is in the second house is I'll highlighted third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So the first rule says the bhava that the planet sits from the Lagna, whose Mahadasha is currently is going on. The nature of that bhava is most important. 6th, 8th and 12th house, 6th, 8th and 12th house generally will produce bad, but for Virgo for Libra, because that is the 12th house, Virgo is the 12th house, or Cancer for Leo, again it's a 12th house, shall be, yet it is going to be good. So this is the first rule with the exception. Fine. The second rule says find the common signification or common significance of a planet and the bhava or the house, that is Karaka. I'll explain to you. Suppose Jupiter, I've mentioned over here, for example, Jupiter is in the 9th house and Jupiter is also the Karaka of the 9th house. Okay, this will have a repeated effect during the Mahadasha throughout, because it is a double effect. Jupiter is in the 9th house and it is a Karaka also of the 9th house. It's a double impact. The 9th house talks about name, fame, luck or fortune, higher education or traveling abroad or long travels, right? The third rule says how close is the planet from the bhava madhya. Now this has to be understood. How close is the planet from the bhava madhya, the degree of Lagna. So suppose your Lagna degree is 17, for example. Now see how close is it from that 17 degrees. If it is close, what will happen? Planet within the Madhya Bhava are considered very strong, especially when they are approaching the Madhya Bhava is better. That means if your Madhya Bhava, the Lagna, is at 17 degrees, I have also mentioned in one of my videos the strongest planet in your chart. Whichever planet is very close to the Madhya Bhava, the degree of Lagna, that planet would be the strongest planet in your chart. So if that planet is either approaching, suppose it is 17 and it is 16, it's approaching, it has 16, matlab it is going to go to 17, or it has passed 17 and it is 18, which is, it is retreating, it is going away. That is not going to be so strong as much as the planet which is approaching that 17 degrees. So I have mentioned over here, planet within the Madhya Bhav are considered strong, especially approach the Madhya Bhav is better. The fourth rule says, the Bhava, the Mahadasha planet aspect, and the planet is with good strength, then have a good result for that Bhava. Now, every planet, whichever planet, normally has the full aspect called the seventh aspect. So wherever that Mahadasha planet is situated, posted in your chart, look at the bank opposite house. That house also will show the effect during the Mahadasha. The next is the Rashi dispositor. The Rashi dispositor of a planet and its placement from Lagna and relative placements from the Dasha Lord. I'll explain to you. I need to stop over here. The Rashi dispositor means, suppose Aries is the Lagna, right? Ruled by Mars, sitting in Leo in the 5th house. The dispositor of 5th house is Sun, because Leo is governed by Sun. Look where Sun is. Look where Sun is. The Rashi dispositor of planet and its placement from Lagna and relative placements from Dasha Lord. And then look how far is the dispositor, that means Sun, from the Jupiter. How far is it? And what is the, how is it behaving? For example, here I mentioned, generally a planet in the 6th, 8th and 12th from Lagna or from the Dasha Lord is not good. So any planet in the 6th, 8th and 12th is not very promising, and especially, so for example, you are running into a Mangal Mahadasha, which means you are an Aries as a Lagna. Your Lagna Lord is sitting in the 5th house, which is Leo. Leo is ruled by Sun, so that becomes the dispositor of Mangal. It is sitting in the 11th house. Okay, it's sitting in the 11th house from the Lagna. Clear? Now, how far is it sitting from Mangal itself? It is sitting in the 7th house, right? If it would have been in the 8th house, then it is sitting in the from Mangal it is the 4th house, right? From Mangal it is going to be the 4th house, and it is in the sign of Scorpio, which is ruled by Mangal. So this is also a good combination. So the rule says that the Rashi dispositor of a planet and its placement. Check this to know how your Mahadasha is going to be. 6th rule says, a planet in a Bal Avastha, in Bal Avastha means the planet is very young. Okay? Being the Dasha Lord, so the Dasha Lord, the Dasha of which you are undergoing, if it is in the Bal Avastha, the Dasha Lord dictates the strength. It has got a strength because it is very young, energetic. 12 to 18 degrees in a Rashi is the strongest position. 12 to 18 is with full vigor. 5 to 25, good. Vargotam again is very strong. Vargotam means the planet is in the same house, same sign in Navamsha chart also. Conjunction means yuti or conjunction of a planet with Dasha Lord within 15 degrees. So if the Dasha is of a planet and the planet is sitting in conjunction with another planet, and moreover, if it is within the 15 degrees, will also function and show its nature even in the previous sign or the following sign. See, the 15 degrees is there, right? Now a planet is 15 degrees close, not necessarily that it is in the real conjunction means in Libra, Venus and Buddha together. Example. Now this is what you can see as in Libra sign. Venus is there and Mercury is there. But it will not be termed as a conjunction if Mercury is at 2 degrees and Venus is at 27 degrees, because they are not close. They are quite apart. Similarly, for example, Libra, Mercury is sitting at 20 degrees and Venus is in Scorpio 2 degrees. So it becomes 15 degrees. They are within 15 degrees. That will be termed as conjunction. It has to be deemed as conjunction. Okay. So conjunction of a planet with the Dasha Lord within 15 degrees will also have an effect, and it could even have an effect of the previous sign or following sign. 8. The planet having its full aspect on Mahadasha Lord shall also have the effect. That means any planet who is looking at the planet whose Mahadasha is going on will also show its effect in the Mahadasha. It is possible that Mahadasha Lord doesn't aspect the planet. Not necessarily that if a planet is looking at the Dasha Lord, not necessary that the Dasha Lord also should look at the planet which is aspecting the Dasha Lord. Fine. It is possible that if both are aspecting each other, then it is a double impact. It's a double and would have that effect would be felt during the Mahadasha, because the Mahadasha Lord is aspecting and the other planet also is aspecting the Mahadasha Lord. The 9th point, very interesting. Look at the planet from Mahadasha Lord. If they fall in 159 within 15 degrees. So look at the planet from Mahadasha Lord. If it is from that position, if it is in the 1st, 5th or 9th position within 15 degrees, the aspect rule will apply. The aspect rule over here, what I've given over here, will apply over here also. For example, Virgo is the ascendant. Virgo is the ascendant. If Mercury is in the ascendant in 10 degrees, so Virgo, Mercury in 10 degrees, it is exalted. Then any planet in Sagittarius after 25 degrees, in Sagittarius and up to 25 degrees Capricorn. Because see, if Mercury is at 10 degrees, fine. So it will have an aspect where I have told you within 15 degrees. So it is at 10 and this is 25 degrees. So when Mercury will look at Sagittarius, it is definitely going to look at the Sagittarius 10 degrees. That is the full aspect, or it will be considered. And because it is 15 degrees, its effect will be shown as then the planet in Sagittarius after 25 degrees and after 25 degrees in Capricorn will have the effect, will be considered as 1, 5 or 9. I'll give you an I need to prove this now. Count from Mercury, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius becomes 4th. It is 4th. So it is not fulfilling the 5th from the position. But if the planet is more than 25 degrees, it will go as a 5th planet, though it is still in Sagittarius. Until it remains in Capricorn till 25 degrees, it will be considered as the planet which is 5th from the position of the Dasha Lord. I hope you understood this. Now treat the Mahadasha Lord Rashi as a Lagna and analyze your D1 chart. For example, Your dasha is of Saturn. Saturn is sitting in maybe Aquarius. Now in your chart, wherever Aquarius is there, you turn the chart and bring the Aquarius as a Lagna and see from that place what is the position of all the planets. So treat the Mahadasha Lord Rashi Aquarius as a Lagna and then analyze the horoscope. You will get many answers. Look at the nakshatra the planet sits. Look at the nakshatra the planet sits from the moon. Mahadasha Lord from the moon, in which nakshatra it is there. If it is falling in 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, it is good. If it is 3, 5, 7, it is bad. It is worst in 7. 2nd and 9th is the best position. 2nd and 9th is a very good position. 7 is the worst position. So look at the nakshatra of the planet. Which nakshatra the planet is. Planet has to be in a nakshatra. From the moon, count it. Now look at the nature of the planet ahead or behind from Mahadasha Lord. So your Mahadasha Lord is in the 4th house. Suppose it is in the 4th house. Look if there is any planet ahead in the 5th house or in the 3rd house. 212 position is called it 212 position. Now, if the planet ahead and behind is a Shubh Graha, is a benefic planet, this would be treated as a Shubh Katri Yoga. And if Papi Graha, that means the planet ahead and planet behind, 2 and 12, is a evil planet, then it will be considered as a Pap Katri effect. Even treat this as an aspect. 13th point, look at the planet in the 2nd from Mahadasha Lord. Look at the planet 2nd from the Mahadasha Lord. Any such planet would give the accumulated effect during the Mahadasha. So if your Mahadasha is of a planet, look at your chart. If there is any planet which is 2nd, next house in your chart, that planet will be holding lot of accumulated results which will explode, which will come into surface when the dasha will start of the planet. The dignity and the nature of that planet in the 2nd house from the Mahadasha Lord, will give its effect during the entire Mahadasha period. So the entire Mahadasha period of say 16 years of Jupiter, and if Saturn is in the 2nd house, Saturn will also play a big role all throughout the 16 years of your Mahadasha. Also analyze the Mahadasha also through your Arudha Lagna. Now in one of my videos I have explained to you what is the Arudha Lagna, as well as Bhav Madhya for every house, and during the Arudha Lagna also you have to keep the Bhav Madhya, that is called the middle point. As I explained to you, the Lagna has got a degree, that is the midpoint. Also, the last point I am explaining to you, analyze the above from Karakamsha also. Now what is a Karakamsha? Your Atmakarak planet, the planet which has attended the highest degree in your chart, is called the Atmakarak. The Atmakarak in the Navmansh, wherever it is sitting, you have to treat that particular house in D1 chart and bring it as a Lagna, and that is called as a Karakamsha Lagna. So look at the chart in this way also. This will give you a clear picture of how your Mahadasha is going to run and what is going to be the effect. Now this video was in English. The following video for my people who understands Hindi. Meanwhile, do like this video, share my video. Like my video only if you have really liked my video. Share my video if you think that you need to share this knowledge with your friends, families and colleagues. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell icon as well. Thank you for watching this video. Stay blessed, stay happy.